Hello there, bitch. Are you comfortable right now? I doubt it. Wrists and ankles chained, gagged, probably blindfolded.
I want you guys to imagine yourself in this situation. You wake up extremely disoriented and in pain, completely bound, and then all of a sudden, this audio starts to play. This is exactly what victims of David Ray Parker, also known as the infamous Toy Box Killer, went through. So this video only shows the first 10 seconds of this recording that David Ray Parker made. Trust me, there's a lot more and it's much more disturbing, but we're going to outline exactly what he did and just how sick and twisted he was. For context, David Ray Parker, just like many other serial killers, did not have a great upbringing. He was raised by his mother's parents. They were extremely disciplinary, but every so often his father would show up, who was an extremely violent alcoholic, and provide him with magazines that showed some pretty sick things. During this period of time, these magazines started to grow on him, and he himself started to develop these sick fantasies that were portrayed, and by the early teenage years, he was starting to act on them. After high school, David would have a brief stint in the United States military, but shortly afterwards, he would be honorably discharged, and he would move back to Elephant Butte, New Mexico, where he would start to carry out his horrible fantasies even more. He was used to keeping these fantasies to himself and doing kind of one-off jobs until he met a 37-year-old woman by the name of Cindy Hendy, who was also interested in the same things he was, so she became an accomplice. It's here where he would spend roughly $100,000 on an old trailer, he would soundproof it, and then outfit it with a bunch of tools meant for doing bad things to people and forcing people to do things they don't want to. This trailer to him became his toy box where he would play with victims, and from the years of 1957 to 1999, he would progressively abduct women and take them here and do these horrible things to them before occasionally dumping them off or just removing them from the gene pool altogether. Now, inside the trailer, victims would have a horrific experience. David oftentimes would not work alone. He would also work with his wife, Cindy, but occasionally he would invite over friends to do bad things to the victims as well. And even more disturbing about this is on the ceiling of the trailer, he had installed a mirror so the victims could see everything that was being done to them. There was no safety. In 1999, though, David's spree of crime would come to an abrupt end after one of his victims by the name of Cynthia ended up escaping, running down the road, and getting help from some nearby neighbors. David and Cindy would shortly be arrested after this, and he was tried for the R word and T word, if you catch my drift. He received 230 years in prison, but was actually never tried for murder because he passed away in 2002. Cindy, on the other hand, despite being intimately involved with all of these crimes and knowing exactly what happened, was only given around 2 decades, and she actually did get out of prison back in 2019, which is mind-blowing to me. In my opinion, though, probably the most tragic part about this story is that while David took the lives of around 60 victims, none of their remains have been found yet, and they're just out there. Nobody knows where they are. Overall, a very tragic story involving 2 sick and twisted individuals. As always, let me know what you guys think about this case in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.